Well, hello, everybody. This is Christina Cowherd with GPMS, and we're here today with Rick Jewers and some other divine ones to share stories and experiences about hearing the voice of God or Creator. So, Rick, if you want to go ahead and take it over.
Yeah, so what we're doing is bringing everyone together that we can that joins these sessions, and just to speak about when you heard the voice of God Creator, either telepathically or verbally, and what was the message you received with it. So, and any other little things that you wish to share with that, and a few questions that will I may have, or anyone participating may have. So yeah, we'll just have like an open conversation discussion with it.
Great. Lily, I think we'd love to hear your story. I think, as Rick had mentioned, the question is, obviously you have heard, but if you could share with us whether that was verbally or out loud, or if that was telepathically, and what it was that you heard.
Thank you, Christina. Before 5 years, I heard the message from the God. It was like some sound in my head. I don't know where, but I hear that voice. It was write your story. And I started to write about different topics, and I posted in my Facebook page. So one day I thought it would be lovely to collect these all stories and publish my book, because these short stories was about my awakening process, about my healing, because I have a difficult life, so I can tell. Because when I have 30 years, I was very ill, and I have Crohn's disease. I have problems with my heart. I have problems with my thyroid glands. So I want to heal myself, but not with medical pills. And I started to grow my vegetables, organic food. And I do a lot of things about that, but I realized that that isn't enough to change food and do exercise, drink water, a lot of water. It is necessary to change my mind, because I'm the product of this civilization. We all have to change system we living in, because we are wrong taught, because our reality don't how to say, my English is not good.
You're doing great, Lily.
Yeah, yes, thank you. Our reality is we can change reality when we change ourselves. And I learned that when I love myself, when I start my everyday high vibration, when I do the things that I love, I am always fulfilled. I find that writing is that job that makes me happy. I'm so happy when I write, and everybody have to find what is the most beautiful things they can always do. And when they do that, they always have a high vibration. So they don't need others to make them happy. And when everybody love himself and make himself happy, we have a happy world in a minute.
It's
So
beautiful.
this is topic for my book, Free Will, the way of fulfillment and personal expansion. So I write in that book my personal awakening, and I think that this book can help other people to do the same, to find
So
what
Lily,
they really like.
Lily, I would love to hear about your experience about when you heard the voice. Like, where were you at? What time of day it was, and how it was you heard, and
In the
was
morning, this wake me up. I heard that voice, and I realized that I have to do that. So I start to write, and this day I finish my second book, and I always write in the morning after I wake up, because I telepathically talk with God. And I know when I work in my garden, I am so relaxed, and it is almost a meditation for me. And then I also heard telepathically these messages.
so in your garden and also in the
Yes.
mornings. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's beautiful. Rick, you have another question? You're muted, Rick.
There we go. Yeah, were you ever given, Lily, your purpose? Was there a mission? Was there a reason why you are here upon the planet? Were you ever given that there's a purpose, a reason, or a mission attached?
Yes, I have feeling that I have to share my story, and that I have to be, how to say, example, living example. I have not to talk a lot, but only be, to learn how to be in this now, in this moment, only being in love, only be in good vibration, and send love all the people. I started to tape videos on my YouTube channel and share my stories and with others. So I think that as a woman, it is important to love family, to love children, grandchildren, and I think that is my mission, to talk about the values of family life, because the family is the main important in society, and the many families lose love in this communication. So I have feeling that is my mission, to help people to bring back love in family life.
Go ahead, Rick.
Uh,
I hope.
may I just ask Lily one question, and
Yes.
then I'd like to ask the same one to Curtis with just a short reply. When you've heard the message from Creator, if you will, uh, have you ever disobeyed when you were told by Creator to do something? Have you ever disobeyed?
Can you explain me, Rick, disobey? I
So,
don't.
so maybe a time, Lily, when you've heard the voice and telepathically had communication with God or Creator, was there ever a time when you chose to do something other than what you were guided to or asked to do?
I don't know really. I'm not sure. I think that I'm going after this guidance, and I do what I have to do. I feel that I fulfilled my mission with everything what I until now are doing.
That's great.
Mm.
And what about you,
Thank-
Curtis? Has there ever been a time where you got a message that,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
and what was the result?
I got
In-
my ass. I got my ass spanked. I guess in a way. I would say it was more like wasn't so much saying no, I don't want to do it, but or whatever. It was more like I didn't follow, the signs and the knowing of what I needed to do. And when I did that, my cancer kind of started coming back. I had tumors regrow, and of course it also had to do, I have no teeth because I had to have them taken out because that was part of the process, I guess, that I needed to go through to heal. But yeah, I mean, it happened so fast in a way where I realized, man, I'm just not gonna ignore these boys and this mission anymore. And every time I did, it was like, I don't, what's that song by John Lennon, Instant Karma? I don't know, something like that, where it was just instant, like, no, you're not in the flow, you're getting out of the flow, and you're not coming from love, and
Thank you, Curtis. I appreciate
we're
that.
gonna spank your ass till you get back in the flow.
Thank you for sharing. Lily,
Thank you.
Can I say
did you
something?
remember something?
Yes, when I realized that I was ill because I didn't be myself. I live other people's life.
Mhm.
I live what they taught me to be a banker, to work in some jobs. We always think that we are our job. And when I realized that isn't important to work something for money, it is important to be the person I can live and put myself in first place. So when I really love myself, and when I go with that God guidance, I am connected with my inner being, and this personal fulfillment came from my inner state, and my outer world changed. So I'm now 61 years, and I am healthy, and it's natural for people that are healthy and happy, and every person have to be how to say oh God. They have to work on themselves to make him his life happy and fulfilled. There is no one out there who have to do for themselves. And this is my main thought.
Thank you. Thank you, Lily.
Yeah,
Appreciate that sharing. Yes, Rick?
Yeah. So there is a definite guidance there, what you were saying, Lily. And, you know, when you first hear the voice, you know to obey. And when you follow it, it keeps leading to better and greater things. And as we all can concur, and myself, and perhaps you as well, Christina, any time that we went against the voice and even our intuition, very quickly we saw the negative results it would provide. So yeah, it becomes very clear that it is also a definite guidance. And to have that, the way that I wish to look at it is that it is for an important reason. And with everything that's happening concurrently in the world, and even, you know, for us to be here today speaking about this and beginning what I would dearly love to see as a series on this. And you know, we have so much more interest with it, but it is important, as we are doing now, to, you know, validate that this is very real to the rest of the people, and how important it is to trust fully and follow that guidance. So, and when we disobey, and I have one little story with that, and I'll keep it. Do we have about 3 or 4 minutes,
Yes,
Christine?
we
I'll
have
keep it
time.
short.
We have time for you
Okay,
to share. Mhm.
great. So I always obeyed Father, except this one time I was in the woods picking mushrooms that you sell to for people to eat, not magic mushrooms. And I walked into the woods and I had a bucket with I, and I saw a great place to pick mushrooms, so I went to set a 5 gallon bucket down. And just as I went to set it on the ground, Father says, "No, don't set it there." So I look all around in the woods and I look on the ground. I said, "Father, I don't see any reason why not to set this there." I said, "I'm not going to obey this time. I need to see what happens." So I set the bucket down, and I went with a smaller pail and I picked mushrooms for about 20 minutes. I came back to my bucket to retrieve it, to pick it up. And I had forgotten that Father had told me not to set it there. But just as I began to lift the bucket, I heard wasps like bees all come up from underneath the bucket, buzzing all around I. And as I was picking the bucket, there was a hole about not even as big around as the tip of your finger was in the ground, and wasps were all coming up out of that. And I did get stung once, but as I began walking briskly away from the wasp hive, the nest, Father's laughter was very loud, just rolling, you know, in my head. I said, "I know you told me so, but I had to find this out." And, you know, it was very important also with that to obey, and in what I fully learned, to trust fully when Creator said something, even though we cannot see it. It's always best to follow it. So yeah, that's just one example, and really, I've always obeyed Father. So, but that was one time that I didn't, and very quickly you could see the adverse effects.
Indeed. Yes.
Woo.
For myself, I used to use the three method, which was if you hear it 3 times, then you need to implement it.
Yes.
And due to the time, let's just say, speeding up recently, I no longer follow that method. I now follow the hear it first time, follow it the first time.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
yes, yeah, I don't know that I know that I've tested many a time and have learned I no longer test. So yes,
Mhm.
agreed. So it's getting close to time to concluding. Was there anything else that you'd like to ask Rick before we wrap this particular session up?
What do we have? Well, with this one, both of you, you heard about the GPMS that we have out?
Yes. Yes, I heard.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
My question is, does it resonate with part of your mission? Have you received any individual guidance from spirit pertaining to this? Any instruction?
No, I feel that I have to sign this, and I do that. So I think when we all signed these protocols and we can live authentic, people have to come together to build a new society because we all have to be authentic and original. And this old society uh, can't give us this free will and good life because people are not in charge now. But with this new system, every person can be authentic, original, and have what he have to. Yes.
Thank you. Curtis, do we have about 2 minutes?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Curtis, did you receive anything on the GPMS?
Um, yeah, I mean, I've been hearing from Creator Spirit that there would be a monumental shift and change in how we operate as a society with money and energy exchange and so on. And so I followed, of course, Gessera, Nacera, and I've been following that for years. And so I've been told that there will be a major transformational change in how we operate with on this planet in exchanging goods and services and all of those things. And so I believe what you're doing is um, a big part of that, and I think there's the Nacera, Gessera, all these other things that I think others are seeing too, and we know once we move into higher vibrational energies and living that these will no longer function. And of course, I've always struggled with, and I understand now, it's like, why do we need this money to survive here? I mean, it just never made sense to me from a small child, you know. So I have signed it and shared it, and I believe and have been told by Creator that we are going to move into that realm in the near future. I don't know exactly when, but I get within the next 10 years or something like that. So you know, love, of course, is the most important currency in the universe, in my opinion. And when you give it freely, you get it back freely. So
Indeed. Yeah. Thank you. And just before we close with this one, I asked Father again, perhaps 3 days ago, with the GPMS, and 3 simple words: keep going forward. So it doesn't change. And,
Mhm.
so yeah,
yeah,
we keep in when it's supposed to be here, it will be. But again, I need to stick with what I said originally. In a couple months, we could do this very quickly. So we just keep at it, keep going forward with full
Yes.
trust. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for
Thank
sharing
you.
today and for giving us your experiences. We appreciate that much. Much love and light and gratitude. And we'll
Thank
continue
you.
the conversation at another time. Have a beautiful
Yes.
day, evening, or afternoon. Much love.
Love to all.
Love it.
Bye.
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 Love the night. All right, and thank you. Much gratitude.
Bye.